In 24 degrees. Downtown weatherman is sort of consistent today. That worries me because my prediction, 26 degrees. Barbara's 27, so we're kind of in limbo right now. There's plenty of more day to go yet. We'll see how it goes. Tuesday, November the 1st, pinch and a punch to everybody, or happy Halloween if you're on the other side of the world. Nice to have you celebrating. And believe me, Halloween can be sort of fun if you really want it to be. I always go for the tricks. I'm no good at taking people's treats. They can have those. I'll go for the tricks every day. Today, let me tell you how happy we are to be, well, I tell you what, that you're joining us, so let me do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today I'm so elated to have you join me. And believe me, if you're going to watch this a little later on over there on YouTube, you know what to do, right? No, you do. Serious. Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Bell notifications when we have important people, and believe me, today not only do we have a former Galaxy artist that is not only a #1, but also Entertainer of the Year here at Galaxy, the band, the mighty one, but we have an executive to Rise Up TV and Big Records joining us as well. So, you know, this is an important day. And then we have Bob. We do. We have Bob as well. Loving that, I really am. So let me tell you how happy we are to be in association with Rise Up TV, Big Records, Sony Music, The Orchard, here with Galaxy.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107 FM in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record and Sony Music The Orchard.
And instantly Alice is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Alice, it really is. Tell you what, let's kick the mule in the donkey. Here is the mighty one. So high. Terry Van Cannon's joining us as well. North Kakalaki is in the house. Nice to have you on board, Terry, it really is. And I hope you're going to enjoy your evening with the little darlings wanting lollies and stuff. Believe me, I'm all about the tricks. I am. Go for that one. Believe me. It's just me. It's my personality. You know, you got somebody wanting to be fed. Well, okay. Let's see something. Come on.
Start the Barbies! Start the Barbies!
Absolutely. We don't put shrimp on our Barbie, though.
No?
No. We put steak, bro.
Okay. I like that better.
Yeah, we'll leave the shrimp to the Aussies.
There you go.
How's everything over there? Is it a nice day over there today?
It's muggy, to be honest with you, bro. Yeah, it's a blinder outside. The weatherman said it was going to be cloudy, gloomy, unnicey. Picnic area. Yeah, it's nice. 24 degrees outside, add another 10 for in here with all the computers and everything. And of course, don't forget.
Well, you are pretty hot, my friend. And Barbara's even hotter.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Barbara is very hot. Grant, I'm not so sure about. I worry about that chap, hey? Believe me, he's not the same dude I grew up with years ago in the mirror.
No, that's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, mate.
Oh, yeah.
I walk out of the studio about 2 o'clock in the morning, go and make a coffee, go to the bathroom to go and have a freshen up, and I scare the crap out of myself every time I turn the light on, because the mirror's right there. It's like, oh!
Extreme close-up.
It kind of is too. It really is. Bob, how did you find your travels? Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. It was an amazing experience meeting a lot of great people, and always like to get out there and say hello to new people and travel and play music for them, and hopefully everybody enjoys it, and I know I did, for sure.
Well, Bob, I'm envious because, I mean, you look at the partner you had to work with, you know?
I know.
Stunning, stunning. I am going.
It was definitely different for us because this was the first time really that we've done an acoustic kind of tour. I mean, I've gone out by myself with my acoustic guitar, but it was really hoping that Bob would come out and he brought a bunch of percussion with him.
Yeah,
so it was really interesting.
I heard him playing with his little shaker.
Yeah.
It was either that or you were sanding wood, right?
That's right.
That's right, you're right, here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today, absolutely elated, because good friends of ours, the Mighty One is in the house, believe me, I couldn't be more excited. These guys are former entertainer band of the year here at Galaxy. I only choose one band a year, and believe me, back in the day when we first met Tim and he asked me what the heck I wanted and who the heck I was, we never knew it was going to go to this extreme. We really didn't. So we kicked off the show, of course, with So High. Welcome back to Galaxy. I feel so high right now.
I'm feeling definitely at a different level every time that I speak to you guys. It's such an amazing feeling in the heart and in the mind, and we're just happy to be with you guys again. We're looking forward to actually being together with you in person one time soon.
Well, I tell you what, some people have kind of said, I watch you religiously, and I went, what can I say? Literally.
I look forward to seeing you walk on water.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, give me a Zorb and I can do that. I really can, actually. You can put me in a Zorb, I'll be fine. A Zorb, by the way, is a big...
Yeah, what is a Zorbo, by the way?
It's a big plastic ball. And what we do is, and believe me, Bob, when you come here to New Zealand, you're up for a little bit of... believe me, Tim's already got me throwing you off a bridge as it is, okay?
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Be warned, because I said to Tim, he goes, no...
Bungee Bob, we call him.
That's right, yeah, I remember the conversation, Tim, I do. I said, I'll throw you off a bridge. He goes, no, you can throw Bob off. I went, done.
Sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, well, it was either you or Gustav, and well, where's he around? I mean,
Exactly.
Playboy isn't doing it, so unfortunately you've been dubbed the pushy. Zorb is a big plastic ball, and believe me, Bob, you're going to be drunk for this one because, we're going to put you in one of Galaxy's mankinis.
Okay.
You know what a mankini is, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's a G-string for men that goes over the shoulder blades, right?
That's right.
Hardest thing about it is actually finding the space to put the logo.
Well,
Think about that. Think about the mechanism. Where the heck we found the place? Literally, we did. No, it's on the.
Really scary.
The staff is saying, "Where did you put it?" And I says, "It's on the straps."
we'll just keep moving them up.
Yeah.
It's in Braille though. You have to feel it. Yeah.
No, that's the other half.
Oh no, here we go.
Believe me, that one's open for discussion, it is. But we put you in this ball and we roll you down. Well, it's like Skittles, but we put runners in front of you so that you can run over top of them. The challenge to this, not only being drunk, and there is water in there so you don't get friction or anything like that, but we encourage you to take a waterproof phone with you so that you can take photos. And believe me, if you get a snapshot of running over somebody's face, priceless.
Okay, I look forward to it.
It's a lot of fun, it really is. But, walk on water, put one of those in the ocean or in a lake, and yes, you can. We've tried it before.
I can't wait to see you in one of those.
Believe me, somebody wants, Terry Van Cannon actually, who's joining us, he's got New Zealand on his bucket list, and he's got a brand new song called Bucket List, and he wants to come and see Kiwis sing, and also he wants to do a bit of surfing, you know. Now the thing is, I was brought up surfing. My backyard had a beach pretty much just a couple of blocks down the road, and I started on an old 12-foot, if you want to go in feet, wooden board back in the day. The kind of thing that you used to find in Hawaii, to be honest, you know, these big long things that my father had. And I used, no, I'm not kidding you, 10 years of age, dragging this thing number of blocks down the road, couldn't carry it. It kind of beveled out on one edge, would you believe, because I kept dragging it to go to the beach. I learnt to surf myself at Carter's Beach in Westport, and believe me, Terry wants to go surfing. Mate, I don't know that I could float a board anymore, to be honest with you. It's kind of scary. Put me in a Zorb, no worries, we got it sorted.
You're just a floater and spinner then.
Well, then I can take my beer as well, you know what I mean? I won't spill a thing, literally.
There you go.
Alice is joining us. He says, the Mighty One rocks, and JD on cat, Tim Steinrock. JD on cat joining us.
Cheers. Hello, John.
Hello.
We got to be good boys now. The maestro's watching.
That's right. The boss is watching.
Absolutely. So, guys, we started up the show with So High. Refresh our memory. Tell us a little bit about this track.
So High. I mean, you know, written really about, you know, kind of. There's a real problem if you ever come to Vancouver. I'll take you to Hastings Street. And we've got like a tent city set up there like you've never seen. You know, here we are in this beautiful, rich city that's had the Olympics, had all sorts of stuff. But we've got some of the poorest people in all of Canada living there. And, you know, a lot of it has to do with addictions. And it has to be with, you know, people living this lifestyle that is just about getting high. And that's really what that song was about. And how that, you know, the higher we get, oftentimes the further we fall. And so that's really what that song was about. It was about you know, really bringing awareness to the addiction and why we get high. Why do we get high?
You know, it's strange, Tim, that you would mention Hamilton Street because just the other day I was actually watching a documentary about the people down there and the people who actually supply the drugs down there on a health benefit kind of deal. You know, the better that you do it with us and that we can take care of you, you know, bring you back to life, give you injections if you need them, all that sort of stuff under a controlled environment, which I endorse really, because if you're that way inclined, rather do it where people can take care of you than in a dirty little area where you're using used needles and, you know, I'm sorry, I don't do that kind of stuff anyway. I don't understand why people would. But for those who are trapped in that, and oh God, I feel sorry for them. I really, really do. But do it in a healthy way.
Yeah, there's no easy solutions to this. I mean, even our provincial government has tried a few different ways to deal with this, and there just seems to be no solution to it. You know, it is a health issue, like you say, and I think it's a symptom of a bigger problem. You know, and of course in Canada, as you know, we have a huge indigenous population, as you do too, in New Zealand. And when these people got misplaced or displaced, you know, years ago when Canada first came into Confederation, and you know the residential schools and all this stuff, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of trauma, and unfortunately some of this is what feeds this mental health crisis, because that's really what it is. It's a mental health crisis.
It is, really, and addiction is always first and foremost in the head and then in the rest of the body. It really is. Brian Wayne Perry is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Brian. It really, really is. And also, I just wonder, you know, it's 54 days away from Christmas. Now's the time to start thinking about maybe even lay-by. But if you know me, guys, there's always something up my sleeve, and Christmas time is kind of like this.
Grumpy Santa here. Paul McCartney bought his ex-wife a wooden leg for Christmas. It's not her main present, just a stocking filler. Oh, he Oh,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
You know, I kind of like to have a bit of fun with Christmas time, and why not pick on Paul McCartney? Love that. But
That was kind of like a crossover between Christmas and Halloween.
yeah,
It
sort
is
of.
Halloween here too. So it was kind of scary. It was good.
I love it. Oh, believe me, I've got plenty more if you want them. But it's a good lead-in, especially to say, well, Tim and I and the band have known each other for some time. And, well, I introduced him to a good friend of ours, Gay Miranda, coming out of the Viking Queen out of Norway, to which, and I've really got to say this, guys, how did that go when you went to Norway? Tell me all the skinny on this one. I want to know.
It was crazy, you know. I mean, we spent a couple days at Gear's house, and he kind of hurt us a little bit, you know, with his Viking moonshine.
Yeah, let's call it Viking juice.
He served it out of a skull, put it that way. Okay, so, anyways, we that was a little bit painful, but the gig itself was amazing, and actually playing the song that you're going to feature now, Christmas in the North, playing that together on stage was really one of the highlights of the tour for us. Having the whole band on stage singing the chorus together, the whole audience singing the chorus together. It was this first Rise Up Festival was a big success, and the pinnacle moment, I believe, of that was Christmas in the North on stage with Viking Queen.
You know, so envious. I saw the video, really, and it just made me go, oh, I wanted to be there. You know, literally.
You were there in spirit, don't worry.
We were thinking about you, and once again, I just want to say how grateful we are for you guys being really the ultimate matchmakers in so many ways. You know, we wouldn't know Gear, we wouldn't have done Christmas in the North, all of that stuff, and we wouldn't have had an amazing, talented guitar player from Germany if you guys hadn't been these amazing matchmakers for us. So we are so grateful to you and Barbara Grant.
Yes, thank you so much.
You know, Bob, you know, Tim, believe me, it's an absolute pleasure, and we love Gear. Yet still to meet Chris. I got to be honest with you, I haven't met Chris yet, and please give him our respects, but I have one question for you. Did you give Tones a hug, and did you poke Gear in the eye for me?
Well, I tried to poke Gear in the eye, but he was wearing his glasses, so I couldn't. But I definitely did give Tone a big hug. Actually, I gave her a lot of hugs. Especially the more Viking juice I had, the more hugs came.
Yeah, I get that. It's a third food group over there, I've heard. It's like gravy. You can't do it without it. Now, at the same time, yes, we have done a little Christmas song. We really have, and we released that a number of years ago now. But we're still waiting for a little bit of the Charleston somewhere. I think I'm still going to, poke, remember that one of the word Charleston?
The heavy metal Charleston. It's still in the pipe. Put it that way.
I'm an earworm.
And we have yet to smoke it.
Yeah, well, very nice. We'll have to fire that one up. But, you know, I'm like an earworm. I'll just keep on going, you know. Do you remember the Charleston? Yeah, you remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Over 100 years ago now. I don't think there's property rights to worry about. And Guy Miranda says, hell yeah! Yeah, but... Yeah, baby! Believe me. And, well, I can't resist it. I've got to put this in here. Not only is Tim Steinreich and the Mighty One, the band, including Bob, but also we've got Gay Miranda and the Viking Queen and a number of other very, very cool artists in there. Check this out. Here is Christmas in the North. You're listening to Galaxy 107 FM and New Zealand, introducing from Canada, the Mighty One, and from Norway, Viking Queen, and I'm proud to debut their Christmas song, Christmas in the North, featuring Kai Zombie. Turn it up! I didn't know production had put that one in. Mark Rosner's joining us now. Mark, you're going into hospital tomorrow, and I'm worried about it. Okay.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark's going to get some knee surgery done.
Oh, I thought they were doing a personality transplant. My apologies, bro. Just normal surgery. Oh, no worries. You'll get that. No worries.
We'll see you after
A
the
personality transplant. I gotta
operation,
use
about
that
the
one. I
11th of
like that.
November.
Yeah, well, you know, we know who's been standing in the wind too long, don't we?
Upwind or downwind?
That's depending on which way you hold your mouth. Mum always says you never do that in the wind.
To what?
Well, you know, I just actually signed a contract today. You know that in the past few years I've known you, well, except for the COVID years. I play the role of Father Christmas at one of our beautiful little villages here. There's a heritage village, and I just signed the contract today, so I will be Father Christmas again this year.
Nice. Bob, are you an elf?
I could be. I'm not yet, but I have to. I'm waiting for the contract.
You actually look good as an elf.
I did. The girls reckon your ears are perfect.
And don't forget to take Chris with
Make a good
you.
elf.
And Chris, he'd make a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
They have all sorts.
How is Gustav and Playboy?
Well, Playboy is now, what's he doing? He's working for, I think it's an animation company. And Gustavo, I believe, is headed over to Europe. He's taking some kind of an audio course.
Okay.
So he wants to really move more into mixing front of house and stuff like that. So that's where his focus is, and that's why we've brought back amazing Chris Campbell, who was with us for almost 10 years, I guess, prior, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing player.
That
Really,
explains
really
it.
great player, an amazing personality, and
You look good.
and a huge character on stage.
That explains. Okay, now I've got the picture. I really do. But at the same time, if he wants to learn about being an engineer, well, Brooke is no longer with us, so I can show him a few tricks if he wants to learn. Doesn't mean to say I'm going to pay him, but he might, you know, I can give him a job.
So Brooke's not there anymore. That's unfortunate.
No, Brooke's parents have gone into a home.
Okay.
They're English, of course, so they've gone back home. And Brooke has sold the house here and moved back to be closer with his parents and stuff. So, but you know, good on Brooke. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
And I wish all the best to his parents, for sure.
All the best.
I think the last time I spoke to Jorg and Terry Van Cannon, I was saying then that he's making plans to move on. And yeah, no, so he's that's why you're getting emails from me now.
Okay. So you're wearing another hat now.
Well, I do have a couple of guys working in there, but at the end of the day, I sign off on it. You know what I mean? So
Right.
they're not the Brooke kind of deal. These guys are a little younger, a little more eager. Sometimes you've got to pull them back. Some other times you've got to show them a few pointers. But other than that, they're going to be fine. They're going to be good. You know what I mean?
I'm glad. Well, you know, everybody loves you guys' station so much. You know, within the Big Records family and Rise Up, and all of these amazing new artists that you are breaking on a regular basis. We're just so grateful for what you and Barbara do for independent music.
Keep an eye out for a band called Black Whiskey coming up.
Black Whiskey. Okay.
Galaxy.
You know, I don't have all day to explain how Christmas in the North came around, but it's a damn good story, I got to be honest with you. But having said that, I mean, Kai Zombie in there. absolute brilliant artist in his own right. Gay Miranda and his band, yes, Viking Queen now, and the Mighty One. What a collaboration that was. And then some guy at the start of it yodeling over top of it. I don't know who that was, but believe me, what a great track. It really is. Now, we're here to the most important thing, and believe me, Lisa Saunders says, woohoo, love you guys. So, I wonder where that's coming from. I really do. I think
Beyond the love.
management, eh? Just management. Love you guys. Really do. Executives across the board. Now, believe me, this is the important bit because we are here to release a very, very significant song today. And just quietly, no matter how much I love what Tim and Mighty One have done in the past, I think this caps it off absolutely superbly. It's the best work they've done yet. Tell me about Warrior.
So Warrior came about thinking about what it would be like, because the Rise Up tour was booked to go to Europe. I knew we were going to Normandy, and I knew Bob was coming along, and I'm like, need to sing a song on the beach, and just sort of visualize what that would look like. And this song, honestly, just kind of dropped out of me in like honestly like 2 minutes. And it's interesting because it's to honor the World War II veterans that stormed the beaches of Normandy. There was 5 different. We learned so much. We went to the museum there. We learned so much, and there was 5 different beaches that the Allied forces all came into to basically to liberate France, because the Germans had really entrenched themselves, and the war was sort of being fought from that area. So that whole thing that happened of people, of these men, many young men, simply jumping off of these boats and out of planes, and so many of them sacrificing themselves by walking into a hail of bullets and bombs, but yet still victorious, and were able to liberate France and push back the Nazi forces that were there.
Now, Tim, before we get too much more into this, because believe me, I do have the explanation that you put for us as well. But
Sure.
First of all, Rise Up TV going there. Who made the decision, first of all, to go to Normandy?
Well, that was Mark Rosner's idea years ago already. So that was like 5 or 6 years ago. He envisioned a Europe tour, and it was central to this visit to Normandy, to the beaches. What was really cool was not just that we got to sing this song, but one of the fellows on the tour, Fraser Newcomb, he's from the east coast of Canada, and he's actually a vet. He's actually an Army vet, a Navy vet. And so to have him come there and be able to support him and sing a song with him, there's a video actually just before we had the call here that I'm working with our videographer to get that ready for Fraser to release. So, the past and the present and the future kind of all came together in this moment. And even more so, the realization, and I think once people listen to this song, they'll realize that, the second verse is about, the war's really not over. Yeah, sure, the French were liberated from the Nazis back in June 6, 1944. That began, but this war is still going on. We see what's happening in Russia and Ukraine, and it's almost exactly the same. We've got young men, just being put in front of bullets and bombs, again, for these power hungry bastards, really. When you and so it's very much still alive. So that's what really, for me, gives the song even more meaning, because you'd think we'd learn from history, but we haven't. We're almost really exactly in the same spot. And now we've got something different. We don't have the Allied forces. We have something called NATO that was built after the war. And however imperfect or perfect that is, it's still Allied forces fighting against these forces that want to control and dominate. And so the war still continues.
I'm right there with you, Tim. I really am. And Lisa Saunders says it was one of the most special moments of time on Utah Beach. we were all teary-eyed. Yep, believe me, I would be there with you too, bro. Believe me. When I heard this morning your intro to the song that we were about to release, Warrior, literally it got me as well. So much so that I had to do something about it, and I played with your music. I got to be honest with you. I took it upon myself to do so, and well, this is what happened, literally. Let me introduce you to Tim and his explanation of his international release globally around the world. Let me tell you, Warrior is one to watch for.
This is Tim from the Mighty One in Vancouver, Canada. Recently, my brother and my drummer, Bob Wagner, and I were in Normandy, France on the Rise Up TV tour. And before we went, I wrote a song and imagined what it would be like to be on Normandy Beach, singing the song for all those that sacrificed. June 6th, 1944, D-Day. Well, I had no idea how powerful that moment would be on the beach. And Bob Wagner and I will cherish that moment forever. And that's why we bring you this song, Warrior, D-Day. May we always remember.
Galaxy FM.
Oh, Lisa says she's crying again.
You took a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Alice says you do an amazing job, Tim.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you.
Lisa.
I also want to mention that this was really personal to Bob, and maybe get him to explain why this was so personal.
Absolutely, Bob. We will hold that for when we go back on air, if that's okay.
Yeah, I really got to go too crazy up. So I want to start bawling on you, but yeah.
No.
My grandfather was a vet as well.
Okay. My father was a desert rat. I'm not kidding. He went through Africa with a bayonet, looking and defusing landmines.
Right.
He actually worked for the Americans. His unit got blown to pieces, and when he came out of hospital, it was a strange thing. When he was heading for the train, on the train station to get onto the boat to go to war, Mum found in those days a penny. And that's what the currency was back in those days, was English money, basically. And it was a penny. So she picked it up, and Dad put it in his backy tin and put it in his top pocket. He says, I'll carry it right here. Weirdest thing of all, he got shot in his backy tin.
Whoa.
I've still got the penny with the bullet indentation, right?
Whoa.
It broke 3 of his ribs on the side, right? But saved his life, this bloody penny. When he left the hospital and went back to join his unit, there was no unit. It was all blown to pieces. But the Americans were there, and they went, leave it with us, you stay with us, we'll take care of the paperwork, and da-da-da-da-da. He goes, what am I doing? And they gave him a bayonet and says, go and find landmines. And that's what he did. Crazy. Anyway.
With your sacrifice, you came and set us free.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. So very, very happy to have you guys joining us. It really, really is. And today we're talking to Tim Steinreich and, of course, Bob, the drummer, who's absolutely integral to the Mighty One. And, well, I think it's remiss of us if we didn't find Bob's story on Normandy Beach as well. Bob, give us your interpretation of how it felt to be on Utah Beach. And give us your history as well.
Well, it was very amazing to be there and actually, stand there and feel the power of what really happened there. I mean, unless you stand there and actually see it, it's quite amazing. Right to the heart. And it was tough playing that day. I'm not going to lie. I was tearing up a little bit here and there, and just because my grandfather was a Navy vet. And so he served a lot in the Navy with all this going on, and so it hit me home real close.
What I take from this, literally, and believe me, I don't think I'm wrong in saying this, but I feel the respect, not only for the soldiers in the past, but for what's happening around the world right now. And I really, really feel that this love and respect put into the work of Warrior. It really, really is. And I got to commend you. I think this is an absolute gem of a track. I really do. Having said that, Lisa Saunders says I'm still crying. Believe me, I get it. I understand. I really do. And I'm going to ask you now, anything new in the future?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, first of all, we're working on a new album right now. We're in pre-production with I think we've got 4 or 5 songs.
Yeah.
For the next Mighty One record, but we still have a couple to feature off of the torch of rock and roll, and one of them, the focus track right now, is called Master of Reality. So there'll be a lyric video coming out for that shortly. And then there's still Disruptor that needs to have some focus. And of course, the last sort of final masterpiece for the record, which is Kickin' Stones. So we'll be looking to do something really special with that, and you'll see that in the new year.
When are you going to bring me the torch?
We're going to bring you the torch as soon as you send us the invitation to come on over. We'll be there.
You've already got that invitation. I know that you're going to Papua New Guinea. I know you're coming here. I'm kind of hoping that you're going to bring me that torch.
We will definitely bring the torch. It's got 7 strings and it sounds really loud.
And of course, we're talking about the torch of rock and roll for sure. Absolutely. Tone says, nice to see you and Bob again. Really nice to see you guys.
Big hugs, my friend. Big hugs,
Big
my
hugs.
friend. Yeah.
She also says we're looking forward to the next time we meet. Let me use Gear's favourite expression, let's kick some ass together and have a lot of fun. There you go, that's from Tone.
Yes.
So I just wanted to make a comment on Warrior. So Warrior is, I don't want the focus really to be on us and everything. I mean, it's a God-given gift to be able to write music, and I really appreciate that. I'm so grateful for that. However, the song was written with the intention of honoring our World War II veterans who were there at D-Day, and of course all of the new veterans.
All veterans, really.
Yeah, all veterans that are coming about all the time. Every day somebody new is joining the forces, and so really the intention of this song is to raise some money to support the vets. So here in Canada, we have something called the Royal Canadian Legion. And the Legion are the people who always bring out the poppies every year. And so we're supporting the Poppy Fund here because that poppy really brings awareness to our veterans and what they're doing around and the needs that they have. So many veterans have so many needs because they're really not properly taken care of. So we want to raise money for that. And the way that people can support that is by going to our Bandcamp site and purchasing the track. It's available for $1. However, if you are inspired to give more, whatever money is raised from this track will go directly to the Poppy Fund for these veterans, okay? And the website for this song, to purchase the song, is www.themightyone.bandcamp.com. That's www.themightyone.bandcamp.com. And you'll see it as soon as that page comes up. You'll see Warrior there. It's off to the left-hand side. I think the song right next to it is a thing that we did for Ukraine, where we put together a bunch of artists. A lot of them are amazing Galaxy artists, and trying to raise money to to help all the people displaced by the war in Ukraine. So, that's really kind of been a lot of the focus this year is supporting those people that are displaced by war, which is something we should have gotten over a long time ago, but still seems to raise its ugly head almost on a daily basis.
And that's why we have to remember our veterans.
Yes.
Absolutely, I feel that, I really do, and I respect that more than ever, I really, really do. Now, guys, I don't know whether you know this, but I'm just going to throw this in.
Can I have your attention? Someone special is celebrating a very special birthday.
Tones' birthday today.
Happy birthday, Tom!
Happy birthday!
Oh my goodness!
She's in.
All right.
That,
We're gonna sing her happy birthday.
yeah, let's do that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tom. Happy birthday to you.
I didn't have any maracas, but I got a mouse, so hey, good enough. So,
Happy birthday.
happy birthday, Tones. It's an absolute pleasure to have you as part of the Galaxy family. It really is. Guys, we're going to have to wrap it up right now because I've got a very important meeting with Tim Steinreich a little later on this morning, and also Varney and Anselm as well, whom we released the track for earlier on. Bob, it is always a pleasure to see you, my friend. I can't wait to get into mischief with you, and of course, the ZZ Bono as well. You know what I mean?
In the flesh.
In the flesh, absolutely. I'm loving the Bono glasses, I really am. But please, don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to do a few crazy things afterwards, but let me tell you how happy I am to be in association with Rise Up TV, Big Records, Sony Music, The Orchard, here with Galaxy.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107 FM in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record and Sony Music The Orchard.
You got your light on.
on this beach. In your darkest